Poisoned by Father Augustine... Oh. Poisoned by Father Augustine against me. Abbot Gregory ordered I remain outside the chapel for his mass. At midnight, the gathered pilgrims lifted their voices in praise to Ein Sof, but they were cut short by a thunderous crash. Another soul taken.
I almost wonder if Gregory got killed by wrath, and then in the end we have to...
Would it have been a chandelier falling on his head?
Possibly.
What could the thunderous crash be? On to the next case. St. Walpurga's Abbey, the
Virgil,
chapel.
Where's Abbot Gregory? What interrupted his mass?
The Abbot. His death was the interruption. A third murder, I'm afraid.
Wait a minute, is that a statue that's completely collapsed?
Mm-hmm. I dropped a statue on him.
Ooh. But it looks like it's in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The lights went out during Mass. Moments later, the statue of Saint Walpurga crashed down from the ceiling, impaling Abbot Gregory with its spear.
An assassination, then. But why? We must determine who is possessed immediately. Examining the facts will reveal Ein Sof's truth. How was the statue held in place?
Due to its weight, we had to rely on using aether-powered restraints to hang it above the altar.
What? That sounds like
Gloriously unsafe.
That sounds like the least effective form of securing that up above. Nothing physical, not a pedestal or chains or anything made out of a tangible object. You had to choose aether energy. Where do they even get aether energy? It seems like aether energy is within people. So who's providing it? Do they have batteries that they put somewhere? Or do people have to pray it into existence? Like what? What? Virgil, I believe aether energy is the least reliable form of securing anything in place. I know, I deal with it for a living. The aether is a volatile thing.
Maybe it's like the Doom universe where they just use hell energy because it's infinite, and that's smart.
Which means the killer must have sabotaged the 2 power generators on the balcony floor.
Okay, so there are power generators. On the balcony floor? Balcony floors?
There were only 2 people on the balcony during the Mass. I've detained them for interrogation. I've sent the pilgrims back to town, lest they panic and disturb the evidence.
Excellent work, Virgil. Who are the suspects? You said there were 2.
You already know them. Brother Gideon and Father Augustine.
Interesting. It's Gideon and Augustine. Well, we know that Augustine is suspicious off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Gideon, what his motivations would be. Because, I mean, maybe Gideon preferred Miriam, and she was supposed to be the one crowned, but died.
Yeah, I could see Gideon suffused with wrath for some reason right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
Since you are a key witness to the events, I will of course hear your testimony as well. May Ein Sof show us the truth behind all of today's events.
Ooh, look at this chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can.
Might as well go look at
Ah!
everything.
Look! More demon herb. There. The abbey has been cleansed of the devil's herb. Oh, is it just because I found all of them? There was an achievement that popped up.
I'm sorry.
Wander, why are you munching? Why are you munching? It's because you got hungry from the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or the last case. I don't know where it's gonna fall in all of this, but...
I didn't get that hungry. The devil's herb. Sister Ada, those appear to be pieces of cilantro.
Ah, cilantro. I like cilantro. Supposedly a lot of people, to them it only tastes like soap.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that a substantial portion of the population, up to 40% or something weird?
It's smaller than that.
Okay, maybe not 40%, but it's still a substantial number of people think it tastes like soap.
Mm-hmm. Just like me with lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why people avoid their leafy greens. Wait, what? Look, she's talking about it! The soapy flavor! Do not speak its name. It makes me shudder. Just thinking about that disgusting soapy flavor.
I quite like it with beef soup, personally. It adds a bright, refreshing flavor.
Enough, Virgil. Let's speak of this no more and return to the investigation. That is cute.
I love the setup for that, because, yeah, it was a marijuana joke. And then they doubled down on it in the best possible way.
Uh-huh. It ended up being cilantro. Ah, that's funny. Now, I know that there's a generator here, but I wanted to check this back balcony while we're at it. Ooh, look at this. There's a bell. The ritual hammer.
4 to 14% of the population.
Oh, only 4 to 14?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with all the 4s, I thought that's why 40
Yeah.
was the number. So 4 to 14, but not
Correct.
40. A two-handed bronze hammer used to ring the ritual bell during Mass. Alright, and this is the ritual bell. The ritual bell. An old bronze bell rung during Mass. And this looks to be one of the generators. The east generator. This generator normally powers the lights and the aether restraints in conjunction with its counterpart on the west balcony. It's been fried by some sort of etheric discharge. Now, the interesting thing is, we know someone who works with aether, and that's Gideon.
Correct.
Ooh, look, cybernetic remains. Found near the power generator on the east balcony, overloaded and shattered to bits.
Looks like an arm.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, Gideon has some experience with cybernetics. Didn't get a close look at Augustine to know if he had any cybernetic parts, but... Oh wait, it's an organ! A massive musical instrument, similar to the organ in the cybernetics tower. Yeah, so Gideon definitely would have known how to manipulate these. The west generator. This generator normally powers the lights in the etheric restraints, but in conjunction with the east balcony, it's been fried by a discharge. So same thing.
I gotta ask, what moron puts that out in the open?
Yeah, you would think they'd be back behind something, but maybe it's because only demons compel people to do ill things.
Maybe that's a good point. That, like, they really have just been lulled into a sense of false security by the last 100 years. That, of course, they're just going to make stupid decisions because...
Let's leave everything out in the open.
Well,
no one
think
can
of it
do
this
any
way.
wrong.
If cars never crashed, would we need seatbelts?
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
And so, like, what if all of a sudden cars started crashing left and right? People
because of
wouldn't know
a
how to
mystery
cope.
demon virus? Yeah.
And so I can kind of understand why people are careless. I mean, we can even see this with current modern times to some degree. You know, you don't need masks to go outside, so why do you need masks now? Morons.
Ugh. Okay, in any case, let's take a look at the statue of Walpurga. And also, he was saying that with sarcasm. You wear your masks. In any case, evidence found.
That's why I said morons at the end.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Statue. A hanging stone statue of Saint Walpurga. Why didn't you just have this securely fashioned on the floor? Why did it have to be floating? Come on, guys. That's an accident waiting to happen, and it has happened. It was recently outfitted with a spear relic and suspended above the altar using aether restraints. Wait, is that the spear?
Yeah.
And yeah, it impaled him through the floor, apparently. But it's the bottom of the spear, not the top of the spear. Abbott Gregory's body. You never listened to me. Abbott Gregory was stabbed through the chest by the statue's spear while giving his communion mass. Alright, let's see what Virgil has to say since...
He's got a hidden arm.
Oh, underneath a cloak, you're right. These two do have arms. It could be his arm. He may have sabotaged at least one of the generators. Oh look, the spear is back in here. Yep. It has aesthetic mechanisms of unknown origin. And here we are. We already know about Gregory. Tonight was supposed to be his final mass before retirement, right? Because Miriam was supposed to take over.
Well, it was in fact his final mass before retirement. It was just a lot more permanent.
Okay, so Virgil is an inquisitor of the Abbey. While Virgil has been a stalwart ally, I cannot discount the possibility that he may be guilty. Well, let's speak with him.
Sister, we must bring divine justice upon the sinner who killed Abbott Gregory. Only wish I could act as Inquisitor here, but I submit to your authority. This is what I witnessed tonight. That is a very precise timeline. We arrived shortly before the mass began. The abbot ordered me to patrol the balcony.
Okay.
He was up there.
So he was already on the balcony.
Ask him about it.
Did you notice anything about Abbot Gregory as you were arriving?
The abbot seemed agitated about the chapel's security.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
He was eager to send me off to secure the balcony floor.
I began my patrol by securing the east side of the balcony. I saw Gideon examining the ritual bell.
Interesting, so he saw Gideon up there too. While you were on the east balcony, did you notice anything strange?
Nothing of note. The generator seemed fine, at least to my eyes.
Then, I patrolled the south balcony.
While you were on the south balcony, did you notice anything strange?
No, I don't think so.
There's not much there either. But what about the cilantro? Okay, so he watched over the chapel.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
Wait, he never checked the west one?
Guess not.
He just patrolled the east balcony and the south balcony, but he never went to the west balcony.
Yeah.
Why did you position yourself at the south balcony? Probably for the good view.
It gave me a clear vantage point to the entire chapel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's understandable.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out.
Notice he said the second time. When did it ring the first time in his testimony? Maybe before everything began?
Maybe.
Are you certain about the timing?
Absolutely. It was the second ringing of the ritual bell. Perhaps the culprit rigged something to the bell or the hammer that caused the lights to fail.
I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Interesting. Gideon was unconscious near the organ? Gideon was lying unconscious. Why didn't you help him?
As cruel as it sounds, I had little choice but to leave Gideon there. The culprit was going to strike again. I had to hurry.
Oh, so nothing has actually happened over here yet.
To protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion.
An explosion? From where?
Somewhere in the north end of the east balcony.
So where he was running? By
Yeah.
the looks of it.
So it probably was the east generator.
Then, the statue's aether restraints deactivated, dropping and impaling Abbott Gregory. May he rest in peace.
Wait a minute. So by the sounds of it, did both generators have to fail, or did only one generator have to fail to send this plummeting down? Because if it was only one, it could have easily just been the east, but if it was both, then Gideon may have still been involved. But why
Maybe.
who would he have been knocked out by? Unless he was knocked out by the person who turned it off in the first place, but
then they would have had to go by him.
which wouldn't work. So you saw with your own eyes that the restraints failed.
That's right. Shortly after the explosion, the restraints flickered out, which caused the statue to come crashing down.
When I arrived at the generator, Augustine was standing nearby, smirking at the carnage he caused. I arrested him there and then.
Oh, so he did catch him there. You seem certain that Augustine is the culprit. Did you see him sabotage the generator?
No, I arrived too late for that. However, there wasn't anyone nearby. It has to be him.
Alright then. So we have his line of events. We have all of our clues here, so why don't we ask him about them? The ritual hammer.
I wish there were more female characters in this. There's literally only one woman. The hammer's been in the Abbey since before I was stationed here. Perhaps the culprit used it to attack someone or damage the generators.
The bell.
This is the bell we use for Mass. Abbott Gregory appointed Father Augustine to be the bell ringer. It wasn't
Wait.
Gregory.
Whoa, wait. Abbott Gregory is this.
Yeah.
So he
Sorry.
appointed Augustine to be the bell ringer. So Augustine was always on this side.
But patrol east balcony. Go back down to it. No, left.
Oh, east balcony.
There.
I began my
You would have
patrol
seen
by
him.
securing
Gideon
the east
examining
side
the
of
ritual
balcony.
bell.
I saw Gideon examining the ritual bell.
Gideon was examining the
Yeah.
bell. Let's contradict.
Guess not. I guess we'll have to talk to the rest of them.
We have to talk with the rest of
Okay,
them.
well, keep asking, or...
Oh.
Yeah, let's not ask about all the details, Shell, just to save my voice. It's already rough enough. Let's ask about relevant things here and there.
Okay, so there's the organ.
So I would ask
West
him
generator
maybe
statue.
about the cybernetic.
That is true. Cybernetic remains.
These were found by the East Generator. I have no idea what they are.
Really? We don't see that one arm.
Mm-hmm. And that very much looks like a right hand.
Yeah? Oh yeah, you're right. Could be. Well, in any case, I want to ask him about the West Generator, though. Why
Okay.
he didn't go to it.
In order to unleash this statue, both generators need to be shut down almost simultaneously.
See, this is what I was wondering. If they have to be shut down simultaneously, Augustine obviously could be at the one, but then who would have been at the other than Gideon?
Or Virgil.
Unless it was
and
Virgil and Augustine.
Gideon. Or yeah, Virgil and Augustine.
That
or
would explain...
Virgil on his own with the explosive arm.
Did he leave his arm to explode?
Yeah, could have.
That could be.
But how did the culprit cross between balconies so quickly?
Mm-hmm. And why weren't you ever investigating the west balcony? Okay, why don't we listen to the other accusations?
Yep.
Let's see Gideon. He gets knocked out anyway.
This can't be happening. Yet another death? Am I to be blamed again?
Calm yourself, Gideon.
I'm innocent, even more. I'm the victim here. I was attacked. Surely that puts me above suspicion.
You were attacked? By whom?
I couldn't see them. Whoever it was, they attacked me from behind. I was knocked unconscious until the gods found me.
At the start of the night, I was waiting near the organ.
You can immediately contradict that.
Oh, yeah, because we can contradict
You should ask
it.
him about it, but then contradict it.
Patrol of the balcony.
So ask and then contradict.
That does not seem like you. You had nothing else to do?
No, there was nothing else but wait. I practiced patience for once. Contradict?
Yeah, but it's not the arrival that we need to contradict it at.
Well, it doesn't matter when, as long as you've got
okay.
the time period selected. Patrol
Contradict.
East Balcony.
Patrol East Balcony. Lies unmasked. Lies, Gideon. Virgil saw you standing near the ritual bell by prior to Mass. What were you doing?
Really? I'm innocent, but maybe the attack damaged my memory. What you say does sound familiar. Did I misremember? I do recall being by the bell. When exactly did that happen? Let me think.
Okay, so he checked the east generator first, then the bell.
Given the tragic events of this morning, I examined the condition of the east generator to ensure the safety of the chapel.
Did you discover anything strange about the generator?
No, everything was in order. It's extremely unlikely the failure was an accident.
I suppose we don't need to ask him about the generators.
We can ask him about it later. Let's finish this first.
I checked the ritual bell. As I was doing this, I saw Inquisitor Virgil gazing at the altar.
Gazing at the altar? Oh, from nearby?
Maybe.
You saw Inquisitor Virgil? What was he doing?
He walked to the overhang near the altar. I assume he wanted to inspect something.
So Virgil walked past him. I mean, yes, to inspect the east generator, but maybe also to plant that arm.
I knew Mass was about to begin, so I headed back to the organ.
The path you took was via the south balcony. Did you see anyone or notice anything?
Yes, it was easier than going up and down the stairs. I don't recall seeing anyone else. I guess Inquisitor Virgil was still behind me. As for Father Augustine, he must have been downstairs. I didn't see him.
Okay, so we...
Wait, he's got a flashy.
Oh, right, because we did catch a lie earlier. Shattered confidence. Oh, from before?
Yep.
Gideon no longer trusts himself, questioning his own memory and competence. Perhaps he did make a mistake after all.
I've done nothing wrong, but I can't help worrying that I'm slipping under the pressure somehow.
Okay. And then we have...
When the Mass began, I played the entry hymn on the organ. I think I played well enough, though I didn't have much time to practice it.
Right, especially because it was a new hymn that no one had ever heard in 100 years, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Was this the hymn of communion from Father Augustine?
Yes, it was a magnificent piece.
Interesting.
After the opening hymn, I listened to Abbott Gregory's sermon. It was a pretty good one.
Indeed. What did the abbot speak about in his sermon?
At the end of Einsoff's silence, his excitement was obvious and contagious.
The end of Einsoff's silence. That's interesting.
I wish he'd been right. It'd be so much easier if I could hear Einsoff's voice when I was uncertain.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Truly, you were laying on the floor that whole time.
That's right. By the time I woke up, the pilgrims had all been sent away.
Okay. I mean, the lights went out after. He was watching over the chapel. Ooh, how could Virgil not see Gideon getting attacked in this time if he had a view of the whole chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was knocked unconscious. Okay.
Ask him about the cybernetic arm.
Sure. He might have some knowledge on
And the
that.
organ. These were found by the East Generator. It's hard to say, but I guess it used to be an arm, a rather advanced model. We've only made these for the Inquisitors. It can discharge etheric energy to incapacitate someone.
Ooh, like a stun gun an Inquisitor make.
Even supports remote activation, useful for ambushing fugitives, I suppose.
Ah! It's been confirmed.
Yep. Certain cybernetic parts allow the user to temporarily detach them and control them at a distance. I wouldn't rely on it for delicate or sophisticated movements.
But it would be good enough to explode a generator. Ask about the Inquisitor arm, yeah.
As the Church's elite enforcers, Inquisitors are the only ones equipped with etheric emitters in their arms.
No one else could obtain an arm like this.
Not in any official way. Theoretically, someone could sever the arm from an Inquisitor and directly cause the emitter to discharge, but that would require great knowledge of etheric energy.
Interesting. Let's ask him about the organ.
Unlike the organ in my workshop, this one's a musical instrument without any etheric purpose. It could not have affected the generators in any way, nor any other device.
Let's ask him about the bell.
The bell is older than the cathedral. Reuben used to make sure that it was well maintained.
Yeah, Reuben used to. Interesting.
That's good enough for now.
Should we ask about the spear? It was his brother's work.
Reuben restored the spear for Walpurga's knocked mass using a blueprint brought by Father Augustine. Did Reuben know that his work would be used for murder? I certainly hope not.
Interesting.
Alright, let's talk to Augustine. Seems like this one's a little bit more cut and dry than the last one.
Yeah, it really does seem to point to Virgil.
And there's already a lot of confirmed locations.
Do we want to contradict what Virgil has, or should we listen to Augustine?
Let's listen to Augustine. Might as well get it. That way we can just work between them without
Gregory.
walking.
We had such hopes and plans together.
Oh, hopes and plans, did you?
If only he had listened to your sage advice, Sister Ada. Perhaps he would be safe now,
You. I cannot ignore that you are the link. Everything that has happened today points back to you, Augustine.
Because the presence of the spear, the apprentice.
Yep.
When he needed to go get the sermon from the gravestone. Yep.
It must be a tragic coincidence. The Abbott was my friend and trusted ally. I wished him no harm.
Explain your actions. What were you doing on the balcony?
With Mother Miriam's passing, Abbot Gregory needed someone to ring the ritual bell. I volunteered. It was an honor. The Abbot, Virgil, and I arrived at the chapel just before the Mass.
Soon after arrival, it seems that you went your separate ways.
Yes, Abbot Gregory sent Inquisitor Virgil away to patrol the balcony floor. The Abbot himself went to the altar while I took my seat in the pews.
When I headed to my seat for the Mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
Which is a lie.
Tell me, what were you excited for?
Tonight was the culmination of all my labors. All my scholarship pointed towards this moment. The spear, the statue, and the hymn all gathered in one place.
To summon demons?
At last, the ritual of communion could be performed. Of course I was excited.
So should we, the patrol...
Remember...
Saw Gideon examining the bell.
Up.
Yeah?
It was Virgil. Down? Check bell.
Oh, check bell. Oh, no, this is Gideon's, though.
Yeah, read it.
Okay, Virgil... Oh, wait a minute. Next I checked the ritual bell. As I was doing this, I saw Inquisitor Virgil gazing at the altar. Wait. Yeah, where?
Oh, Inquisitor Virgil. You're right. So that's a...
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
never mind. I misread.
Okay.
I
Sing-
thought it was
We began
Augustine.
by singing the hymn of communion. It was glorious.
How can I trust that you were not doing something else?
Sister Ada, why would I be doing anything else at this time? I did not translate the hymn just to hear it sung by some pilgrims. No, I had to be part of this glorious moment. I was singing with all my heart.
Okay.
When the sermon started, I headed to the balcony to prepare to ring the bell.
Abbott Gregory's sermon, it was a pretty good one. Control the balcony. So he was watching over the chapel. Okay. So, this was when you arrived on the balcony floor.
That's right. I was on the ground floor until then.
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion. I noticed Gideon was absent from the other balcony, but didn't think much of it at the time.
Ah, because at that point he had been
He
knocked
was already knocked
unconscious.
out, yep.
When you rang the ritual bell the first time, were the lights still on?
Yes, everything seemed fine.
I rang the bell a second time.
Strange. It seems that the lights went dark just after the second time that you rang the bell.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Okay.
Suddenly, the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem.
Why wait? Why not investigate the situation yourself?
Sister Ada, not everyone's as nosy as you are. Besides, I don't want to get in the way and ruin any precious evidence or incriminate myself somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Moments later, the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Loud.
Yep.
Ask him about it. Might as well.
1 minute. I was just looking down here at what happened with Virgil. To protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion.
Yeah, so ask about this first before you go for the controversy, because I do not want to
Sure.
hear that noise again.
You saw the statue fall then?
Yes, once the aether restraint's deactivated, there was nothing holding it in place at all.
Mm-hmm. So, Virgil
Yeah,
didn't see him there.
Yeah, so you're going to want to contradict the stay calm. But keep going.
Okay.
Might as well finish that.
And I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. I'll never forget that image. That's when Virgil arrested me.
So he's lying about being near the generator at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you stood near the bell and waited for Virgil to arrest you. Why not try to escape? It's obvious that you would be a suspect.
Because I had nothing to fear from Virgil. I have great faith in your abilities, Sister Ada. I knew you would prove my innocence, as you shall, if you examine the facts. Einsof guide you. Yeah, he's Lucifer, Virgil is Wrath.
Yeah, let's contradict him being arrested near the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because he was arrested here. Lies unmasked. Liar. When Virgil arrested you, you were not standing by the bell. You were standing near the generator, overlooking the altar.
True, but what does a few feet matter?
A few feet matters a lot. You were the only one near the east generator before the statue fell. Perhaps you sabotaged it.
Ah, but I only approached the generator because I heard an explosion. I arrived after the sabotage, not before.
Okay, so now he
So,
hears
you
the
might as well listen to Arrested at the Balcony.
But I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. On the other balcony, I could see someone looking down at the altar. That's when Virgil arrested me.
Someone else was on the other
So
balcony?
probably Gideon.
And Virgil was there? Wait, but how did... So it was Gideon on the other side. Virgil arrested him here, but then what about the arm? Maybe to frame...
He's also got a blinky.
That's true, too. You saw Gideon on the other balcony.
Quite possibly. It was too dark to see clearly who it was.
Okay, so that brings into question whether or not he was really knocked
Click his
unconscious.
blinky.
Let's click on his third eye.
Pride.
Pride.
Called it.
Right. Augustine remains strangely confident that everything will go as planned, with a smug air.
Is that what you see, deep within me? Interesting. I suppose it's difficult to remain humble when I feel everything that happens is so very predictable.
Interesting. Well then, should we talk with Gideon about being knocked unconscious?
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious
So-
until just now.
Contradict with the arrested at balcony.
Oh, right, this one. Lies unmasked. Lies. You were awake, Gideon. After the statue dropped, Augustine saw someone looking down from the west balcony. Since Virgil was behind Augustine, it has to be you. What were you really doing? Did you lie about the attack too?
No, I really was attacked. I woke up just before the statue fell. I was only trying to fix the generator.
So knocked unconscious.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Why should I believe you this time, Gideon? How do I know that there really was an attacker?
Because it's true. Do you really think I'd make up a story like this? If I were the culprit, I hope I would have told a better lie than this. He's got a blinky.
I know he does have a blinky, but I want to finish these first.
Sometime later, I woke up in darkness. I realized that one of the power generators must have been disabled.
By the time you woke up, the culprit was long gone.
Correct. Not that I could see much around me. The chapel's lights had gone dark while I was unconscious.
Which is true.
So I headed to the west power generator and inspected it. It was completely fried. There was nothing I could do to restore it.
Clearly this didn't work. What happened?
If it had been a minor malfunction, I'd have quickly fixed it by hand. Keep going, he has more dark. Unfortunately, the circuit was completely fried. There was nothing I could do.
I heard an explosion from the east balcony. Then the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Sorry about that, guys. Incoming loud crash. Oof.
Ask him about it.
That would probably be under sound effects.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know what else is?
Voices.
Voice acting.
Ah.
Yep. I might actually send an email being like, some of these sound effects are extraordinarily loud.
How did the statue drop exactly?
It happened so quickly I didn't see it for myself. Presumably, somehow the restraints have been deactivated. The only way that's possible is if both the west and east generators had failed simultaneously.
Wait, but that means... It would have... Simultaneously, that first one... the statue would have dropped a long time ago. You know what I mean? No one could have been there.
I peered over the balcony to see Abbott Gregory was impaled by the statue's spear. He was killed. I wish I'd been unconscious.
I had nothing to do with Abbott Gregory's death, I swear it.
So the statue
Okay.
drops?
No.
As I was inspecting the generator, I heard an explosion from the east balcony. Then the statue dropped from the
No,
ceiling.
no, stop it. Stop it. How do I get him to stop talking? Okay. So, wait, or was it the here explosion?
What are you trying to do, Shell?
Okay, so the thing is, he said that the generators have to be stopped simultaneously in order for the statue to fall.
Yes.
When he got there, he tried fixing it. It was already offline. How could the statue fall if the other generator... Do you know what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
That the other generator couldn't have been done on a delay.
Don't know. I'm not gonna... I wouldn't say poke holes in his. I would click his blinky.
Yeah, I will. Fear. Gideon is terrified that his involvement in yet another murder will destroy his reputation. He wants to find any excuse to blame someone else.
Of course I'm afraid of being framed for murder. It would ruin everything. I'm meant for greater things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, Shell? Go for stay calm.
Yeah?
The ritual of communion began. Someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Okay.
Suddenly the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell? It wasn't by the... Wait, no, that's Augustine, sorry.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
up here.
Okay. So,
no.
Oh, go down
Gideon
to
is down
Virgil
here.
and contradict Virgil's find Gideon.
As I heard the ritual bell ring,
Because
for the
Gideon
second
woke up
suspected
right
foul
then
play,
and there.
So I
So
headed
contradicts
towards the
that
west
one with
generator. Along the way, I
Gideon.
discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Wake up. Conflict revealed.
An inquisitor and servant of Vinesoph, I swear that I speak the truth. Gideon was not awake then. So you might as well switch to Gideon and see what he says.
Sometime later, I woke up in darkness. I realized that one of the power generators must have been disabled.
Conflict revealed. But they're conflicting.
Why would I lie about this? You told me yourself I was spotted by Augustine. Okay,
So it's the trying to fix the generator, I think, does not work with the statue dropping.
yeah, maybe go to that one and...
So I headed to the west power
contradict
generator
with-
and inspected it. It was completely fried. There was
Contradict
nothing I could do to
with-
restore it.
either statue or hear explosion. Nope.
Okay.
Okay, try with hear explosion.
Sure. No
Nope.
idea what you mean. But the thing is...
Oh, why don't you...
Statue drops. Wait, no. Statue drops, hear explosion.
Why don't you actually try with one of the other generators? Like, try presenting both
Oh, sure,
generators
it should
here.
be west generator, maybe. East generator. No, it's not working.
Okay.
Because he was trying to fix the generator, but that means it couldn't... The statue dropping. It has to be the case.
I think when they say simultaneously, I mean,
No! Trying to fix the generator and hearing the explosion.
yeah, see, Shell, I think simultaneously means within like a...
Within a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so... It's not
Or
simultaneously...
simultaneously as in they both need to be
They both
down.
need to be off. You're right. I thought that it was one of those things where it had to be simultaneous, but you're right. If both of them were off, I suppose one could have been destroyed, and then the other one could be destroyed
Can you
later.
hover over Find Gideon for a second?
Huh?
Can you hover over Find Gideon for a second?
Find Gideon?
Yeah, just hover over it.
I suspected foul play, so I head towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
No. Can you go up to stay calm?
Suddenly the lights went out, and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem. But you see...
I
He
think
was on the
that's
other
fine.
side.
I think there's not too much with Augustine. So go...
I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion. So this is... He wouldn't have seen him staying calm there, is what I'm getting at. He would have run... We need to quiz Augustine.